Hello, everyone. Let me open microphones. Just a second. Awesome. Very good. So all the mics are open. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. If you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer it.
Hey, Lior.
Hello, who is it?
David.
Mr. David, how are you today?
All right, how you doing?
Very good, very good. There is some background noise. It was difficult to hear you. How's everything with you?
It's going good, you?
Very good, very good.
I have a quick question about the lose. It's it's just a general question. You don't need to show me anything. It's just more about, have you found that some of Zoho's documentation is either out of date or they don't show you stuff to get to their APIs?
Of course.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me and I was being stupid and I couldn't find it and I had to finally figure it out myself.
No, it's a big problem for a long time because they are running so fast and they're revamping their system and they're adding functionality. It looks at it always outdated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to add a deluge script in books for just adding a task, and I was following their APIs and could not get it to work after about 4 or 5 hours. And I'm like, let me start like making believe I know what I'm doing and not following them. And then within an hour, I had it working. So,
Yes.
Okay, because I just went back. I'm like, well, they're doing everything this way. This is not even in there. Let me try it this way. Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
No, it's not you. Very common.
Okay. Okay. No, just making sure. I'm like, am I being stupid? Am I not finding it in the right place? Or, okay.
Nah, I think when they started this journey, they didn't think that they will, produce so many updates all the time.
Uh-huh.
So they don't really have a good documentation system. The way that usually I'm trying to collect information is I'm going to the forums and I'm going to the helping documents, and eventually I'm able to get it right.
Yeah. I mean, what I figured out was after I was following theirs and couldn't do it, I'm like, you know what? Let me just do it this way and see if I can just pull the data I'm expecting to pull. And once I'm from there, I can backtrack of how to update the data because, you know what I mean? Because
based on the array.
Based on the array and based on what does work in their APIs in other places. You know what I mean? Because they kind of use the same terminology over and over once it's working.
Yes.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Very smart.
So, okay, that was that. The other thing was I got the credit card thing kind of to work, but not the way I think it was meant to work. Remember we were talking a few weeks ago?
Yes.
Basically, I realized, I don't know how I got on it, but if you use Zoho subscriptions, you get extra APIs that kind of hook right into books.
Yes, because it's the same database. So
it is. I uninstalled it. I'm like, wait, these are all. I didn't have to do anything. All these people are here. Oh wait, I got these APIs. I can use these with the credit card, and it worked.
Wait, so you're using Zoho subscriptions to be your clients now?
Well, no. Well, I haven't started yet because I've been doing testing for the last 3 days to see if I can do it the way I want. So I won't be using Zoho subscriptions in that way, but I will be using Zoho subscriptions just installed in my system so I can use their APIs to get to books.
Nice.
You follow what I'm saying?
Nice.
Because it connects to books. So if you use the subscriptions APIs to do what you want to do.
So if you load the credit card into subscriptions, the credit card will be also available in books?
Yeah, I used myself as a test. I just did a thing. I'm like, let me just add my credit card and subscriptions. And then I go over to books. It's there. I'm like,
so wait, okay. Do you have API to load the credit card to Zoho subscription?
Yeah. Well, here. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm copying something right now. I found this on a post to help me because this wasn't even in the subscriptions API, but I found it in another help post. Let me put it here. I'm going to just put this in here. Oops. So Hold on a second. In copyright. Copy. Put in 2 posts. So what made me think, because I didn't understand the header authorization, Zoho that token thing. I'm like, well, I don't understand what that is, but if I use that line, the top line, in the same way I use my APIs when I have the connections, it worked. I'm copying the rest of it now. So basically, this is the rest of the stuff you need in the array. I'm copying and then pasting.
Wow, that's crazy. If you're able to load credit cards
right, like that
dynamically.
So if you put if that's the way it is, but I use the connection instead of that header, you know what I mean? Where it says header authorization, Zoho authorization token, which I watched some videos. I was kind of confused. I'm like, let me just try the way I've been doing it, and it worked. So right there, everything there works. Nice. If you have a connection to subscriptions, you can. That's just adds a card. You don't need anything. It basically what that does right there is it goes out to your provider, which I was using Stripe. It checks if it's a valid card, and if it's a valid card, it just adds it to Stripe. It adds it to subscription/books. And if it fails, it doesn't add it. You don't get a pop-up window. You use that in your form, however you're getting the information, and it just throws it over there.
That's awesome. So you can request the client to enter those details to a form, and the form is shooting to subscription.
Yeah. The only thing I got to do now is look at the PCI compliance issues, which I think I just don't have to store the credit card numbers and the CSV number, and I think I'm good because I'm not storing any information. I'm passing it along.
Yeah, I guess if you once the form is shooting to subscriptions, then you're deleting the form or deleting the information, you should be fine.
Yeah, the form I'm keeping, but I'm not saving the information. So basically what I'm going to be doing, I haven't done it yet, but on submit, it's going to check this here. It's going to check the credit card details, right? And if it's good, it's going to let the form go on, and then it won't update the credit card number or the CSV number like in the database. You follow what I'm saying? It's just going to null it out. So it's not saving it.
Yep. Yeah, it's just using it to transport.
I'm just using it to transport. I'm not going to save it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, let me know how it goes. If you're able to do it, you solve the big problem for many people.
Yeah. I was thinking, that's why I was saying and I was thinking it was going to be harder than it was, but it wasn't actually. So I figured I'll let you know since you put me on that track.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. It's very, very strong direction. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. I'll be quiet now. I'm sure people have questions about other stuff.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions if I can throw them your way, you guys. I'm working on a project with where I'm trying to fill multiple modules out of a form that I've created.
So 1 second. So you're doing it from Zoho form?
From Zoho Forms, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. And so I've got the form created. So I've got 2 questions when it comes to that. The first one would be, if the salesperson is the one that would be filling out the form rather than the client. A lot of times we do a meeting over the phone with a client and we fill in this type of information with them live on the phone. Is there a way for the salesperson to do it, or is it mostly directed to having a client do it once they click on the link from the email?
So both options are valid.
Okay.
So you will have forms that are being sent from CRM with a link to the client, and the client is filling them, and then the integration is updating the CRM.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another option is, let's go here. Let's drop using the Zoho CRM field, I assume.
Okay.
this what you're using for the integration, the Zoho CRM?
That's correct. Yeah.
Or you don't? Okay. So if I'm using, let's say, in this case, it will be the leads and the last name, and I will show you how it works. So once you access the form, this field, I can start typing in the information, and then it will load records from the CRM.
Right.
When you click on them, they will preload the information into the form. And when you submit, the CRM knows how to do the integration properly, and it will update the information as it should. So the same way that a client will update the information.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's the way that we do it with internal users.
With internal users.
Correct. Internal users will be your employees.
Right. And so do they pull up the form from the link, or do they
go to Zoho Forms.
Okay.
So they will go to Zoho Forms.
Okay.
They will click on the form that they like to update, and then they can use the Zoho CRM field to update the information.
Okay. Okay. And so then you just pull up that form through a workflow?
Not workflow, just here. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So I went into Zoho Forms.
Yeah.
And then you will have here in Zoho Forms, you will have the form itself.
Okay.
And if you click on it, now the Zoho CRM field will allow you to select the correct person.
Oh, perfect.
So if the last name, in this case, it's Izik, then it will load all the people that are basically Izik. Usually you're not supposed to have, like me, because it's a test system, you're supposed to have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You click, and then if you have the mapping, it will
everything.
populate the information.
Yeah.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay.
Is that helping you?
Yeah. Yeah, that works. Is there a way to have this form push data to multiple modules, or do we have to write code in order to do that?
Yes. So the integration in CRM, let me show you. You probably already saw it, that you can connect only with one module.
Right. Okay.
So you can, if you do update or new, then you have one module that it's connected to.
Right.
If you want to have multiple, the trick is that you create here in the CRM, and that's a common question. So you go here and say, for example, that will be incoming forms. And then all the information that you will have in this form, you will have also in this module.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say first name, last name, all the fields. You will add one more pick list, and that will be the status. And that will be, let's say, new form. And one more, it will be processed. So you have those two values in the status. Whenever you have a new incoming form, you're going to run a workflow, and the workflow will process those fields and will copy them using Deluge to different modules.
Okay.
Okay, so that's some little bit of code needs to be created, nothing major.
Okay.
But that's the trick. This is how you distribute one to more.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, the challenge that I have is that Forms allows more than 2 subforms, and modules only allow 2. And so I'm using 3 subforms in Forms, and I only have the ability in a module to have 2 subforms.
So you have, let me just verify, because things are changing pretty fast with Zoho. Yes. I think you have 5 subforms. And let's show. Integrations. No. Yeah, I don't see it here, but
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty
you
sure
can
it's
expect
two still,
if you
because
go
I was on a
with the
form this
ultimate.
morning and it only let me do two.
Yeah, you're probably on Zoho 1.
Yeah, I am on Zoho 1, yeah.
There is a way from Zoho, because Zoho 1 gives you the Enterprise Edition.
Yeah.
There is a way to pay $10 extra in Zoho 1. You pay $10 extra per license, and then they push you to the Ultimate Edition. And the Ultimate Edition allows you to have 5 subforms.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see where it is. For lots of people, it's saving them everything, because those the limitation is painful.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can't find it here, but yeah, take my word.
Okay. And so that's an extra $10 per user there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I can't find it here. Sorry.
No problem.
But yeah, it will be 5.
Okay. Okay.
Lior, is that $10?
Also, you're getting more fields. Excuse me?
The ultimate, when you said $10, does that bring anything you have in Zoho 1 up to the Ultimate Edition for the $10?
Yeah, all the Zoho CRM features are being pushed to the Ultimate, and it's giving you have by default, so you have by default, let's say, a few lookups, you're getting more lookups, you're getting more multi-select, you're getting more, you have about 200, there you have 500 fields.
Okay.
Okay. No, I was just curious. Maybe it might be worth $10 a month just to go to the top. I'm not sure if I'm getting close to maxing something out.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks.
This is Mandy. How are you doing today?
Hello, Mandy. How are you today?
Good, good. Thank you for asking. We actually have a couple questions for you today, but on the subject of forms, I wanted to see if you had a recommendation for something. We have a form that we are trying to send to a lot of our older leads that we didn't hear back from. This is, over 1,000 leads. So we definitely want to send this through campaigns.
That's right.
The form that we did use the CRM field where it would pass information over and update records. But we had a meeting with support and we learned that this CRM field won't update information unless that form is sent from the CRM directly. So meaning when we use that form in the campaign, it does not pass the results back to the CRM. Do you have any recommendations on how we can still get the logged entries from clients and pass that over automatically?
So you are trying to update an existing record in CRM?
Correct.
One way we can do it like that. Let me check one more thing. I don't want to send you to a long journey when it's not necessary. Let me check. Did you try to create a campaign with Zoho Forms and see if it's updating the user?
We did. So that how you just attempted to create it there is the exact same steps that we took, but we found and we sent it to test users that we had in the CRM to those email addresses. But upon going in and updating the form using email addresses, it did not send information back to the CRM. So one way they were suggesting, and I had a meeting with Zoho Campaigns about this. They ended up ending the call and sending me over to Zoho Forms about it. I didn't really get any clear answers, but I'm thinking that probably the only way to automate this would be to the integration from Zoho Form would have to report. Do you know if there's a way to update the form entries within campaigns and then we can just sync those fields from campaigns into the CRM?
if it's not updating, again, my campaign's obviously stuck. It's a development system. There are two things. If this is not working and you tried it, then you can create, let's say, a form, and the form will have a bunch of fields. Okay, you won't have this field, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so every time that this form is being sent, it will just update. It will not update. It will create a new record in the CRM. So the same way, like the previous question, you will have incoming forms or something like that. Those will create the entries. You will have the email address of the person, and there will be a script that will check if a contact exists under this existing email, and based on that, it will take the information from this module and it will update it on the contact itself. Okay. So that's something that can be done. Now, one more thing that I think it's a little bit easier or simpler, because you have more than 1,000, you can create a scheduler. So in Zoho, there is beautiful functionality, and that's a schedules. So let's say that you, again, code need to be created for any way that you would go, but this is just less code.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can create a scheduler that every, for example, day, it will send 400 emails. And then even if you have 6,000 of them, it will slowly go through the list, and after a few days, it will send to everyone, and that will do the functionality that you want, which is updating automatically the record.
Do you recommend going that route? There shouldn't be any issues in our emails if we end up doing that?
No, so go with 200 a day.
Okay.
So go with a small number, and then, slowly it will run through the list.
And we just create a schedule here, you're saying?
Yes, you create a scheduler, and the scheduler, not this one. Scheduler, basically, it's a functionality, some kind of a code that will run on a daily basis.
Okay.
And every day, let's say when you're running a script in Deluge, it will be limited to 200 records by default. And if the schedule is once a day, then it will do 200 records a day. And over time, it will just exhaust the entire list and it will stop.
Okay.
So that's an option to go about it.
Okay.
I would be surprised that Zoho campaigns, because when I loaded the campaign, it asked me to select a form.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shocking that when I'm selecting the form, it will not sync it,
The way that the Zoho Form support explained it to me is that in order for that CRM field to work, it has to be sent directly from the CRM from that client's module.
I see. Okay.
So I guess. Okay, but that's a good suggestion. We'll look into that.
Yeah, the scheduler will probably do that trick.
Okay. Well, that's all I had on forms. I do have some questions about some other things, but
Hey, go ahead. If someone has a question, feel free to jump in.
okay. The other questions that we had was basically about tracking our spending and seeing what like our ROI is. We did have Google Ads integrated into our CRM.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the way to get the most accurate report? When we're looking there, it doesn't show that it doesn't include all of the information. It's such as like inquiries converted. We don't have the conversion spending or the ROI showing up. How can we get to understand what we're spending on our ads and what is actually turning over into sales? Where would you suggest building that report?
So the same way that you see here, as long as you have the different campaigns, so let's say you can use the Zoho campaigns that is part of the CRM. You can use that to create new campaigns, and every AdWords campaign will be here. Whenever you have a closed one, for example, or a lead, you can push it into the campaign system. And eventually you will have all the opportunities that you closed, all the contacts in the system, all the leads in the system. The expense you can feed manually, let's say once a month, of what is the expense. The revenue will show you all the opportunities that were closed and you got paid for them. And here you will see basically your return of investment, the ROI.
Can you tell me more about this campaigns module? I don't think that we're currently using this right now.
It's awesome. So if you go to your CRM, you will see a campaigns module. If you don't see it, you can go to the settings, modules and fields, organize modules, and it probably will be somewhere on the bottom without a check mark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just check it out, and then you will see the campaigns. The idea is that every time that you are generating a campaign, and if you used Zoho campaigns in the past, there is a good chance that those campaigns already exist here. And you can see how many people received your emails, how many opened, closed, and so on.
So
but you can use the same campaigns module also for different campaigns. Like banner ads and so on.
So would this module pull over information such as like what we're spending on Google ads, what we're spending on Facebook ads, and if that client specifically had turned over into a deal?
Mm-hmm, that's right. So you can push the information to those areas.
And basically we would just do that through the integrations part of the CRM?
There is no integration. It's just manual. So you can, when you have, let's say, a lead. So let's say that this lead came from a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
If your form, let's go 1 second to the website. Next, we are going to jump. Okay, so let's say someone came to this page from an AdWords campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this form can send the lead to the CRM, and it can tell the CRM that this person came from a specific campaign. Is that making sense?
So, and you're saying that the form is telling us that it came from a campaign? How does the form do that exactly?
Good. So let's say we'll write here, event centers. Good. So I have here a bunch of them. Once you click on an advertisement, there will be behind it, it will carry what we call the G-click. So you have some information that is being sent to your website, and the system knows that this lead came from Google advertisement. And your web developer can take the information and push it into the form. So right now you see first name, last name, phone number, and so on, but you have also some hidden fields like the G-click, the campaign, the campaign name. All those will be part of the form, and they will be in hidden fields. And whenever this form is being submitted, it will create a new lead in the system, but it will also carry those details.
Okay.
And then,
sorry, what did you call that backend link?
The backend link?
Yeah, you said a jig.
Oh, G-click. So it's I think it's like that.
G-click. Okay.
Something like that. Probably I'm mistaken. 1 second. Google Ads tracking code G. Not really a marketer, but Your web guy is supposed to know it. When the clicks are coming your way, the information can be pushed to the website and from the website to the Zoho CRM.
Okay, so we would just have to figure out how to get that G-link into the form itself.
Yeah, tracking pixel or yeah, they will know. They will know. There is a G-click or something like that. But there is it's basically what's connecting between your ads and your website, and the website knows that you came from a specific campaign. There are some tracking softwares, for example, that when you're coming from one campaign, you will see the numbers, and when you're coming from a different campaign, those numbers will change. That's based on the details that's coming from Google Ads.
Okay, got it. So with that link, it'll pass over all of the information, such as like what we spent on that ad and etc.
And any detail that you have on Zoho campaigns regarding this click, those will be pushed into the system.
Okay.
And you can bring, basically the lead is created with this additional information, and it's or that you will have here another section related to the click, or you will have here in Zoho campaigns, you see, it will assign the lead to one of your campaigns. So if that was the campaign that was assigned, then it will look like that. So you know that this lead came from this campaign.
Okay, and you're saying, sorry, just to clarify, but in order for that campaign to be associated, all we have to do is enable the link to be passed over, or is there further back-end steps in the CRM that we need to take for those to link to the campaign?
So your guy, the one that is basically working on the form, he needs to integrate the form with the CRM. I will push this recording to YouTube so your guy can, your developer can check it out. So he will need to connect the Zoho CRM, the website form with Zoho CRM. It will create a new lead, and it will assign the lead to the correct campaign based on the name of the campaign.
Okay.
So you can do all that.
And then once you're in the campaigns module, if we can look back at that real quick. So you were showing me where it had the different sections, such as like, you know, what your return on investment and things are in there. How does this module determine what?
So you have the expense, right? The expense is something that you feed.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have the expense, the system knows how many deals you closed based on this campaign. Because you're starting with a lead, the lead will be converted to an opportunity, and based on the opportunity stage, the system knows to track the revenue.
Got it. And then it does it from there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense. So this would definitely be your recommendation. We don't need to get into analytics or anything to try to track this.
You can also do with analytics. So if you do with analytics, you will have here in your, so you ignore the campaigns completely. You will have here in the, I like to create usually a marketing section. I don't have it here. You will have a marketing section, and in the marketing section, you will push, the developer will push the campaign name. And then when you have the campaign name, you can have not even analytics, you can have even Zoho CRM reports. You can report on all the leads that came from a specific campaign. And also you are running your deals on the contacts, right? So you have in the contacts the status.
Yes.
So you can have an analytics that is based on how many deals were closed from a specific campaign. Because the campaign was pushed from the website. It was pushed to the lead. Whenever the lead was converted, then the conversion mapping is pushing the information into the contact. And then in the lead and in the contact, you will have which campaign brought this deal.
Okay. Sounds great. So I think it will definitely just sounds like we can just build these reports that we need from the CRM and not go into.
Yeah, analytics usually I will go for much more sophisticated reports. That's relatively simple and can be done easily from CRM.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lior. I appreciate you introducing a new module to us. So we'll see how.
No problem. Have a beautiful
Hey,
day.
Mandy, ask for the booking.
Mr. Amin, how are you?
I did not know that you're here.
We had a question
we
about
are sharing a screen, so yeah, we are going all in Mandy's computer. Anyway, Mandy, ask for the booking SMS.
For sure. Yeah, we do have bookings set up right now, and our clients are setting up the appointments, through bookings. We love the automated responses that it gives for confirmations and rescheduling options. We were interested in enabling the text option through Zoho Bookings.
Mm-hmm.
However, we noticed that it does not have an option to integrate with Just Call from what I could see. Have you integrated this, or what would be your recommendation for that?
I don't know if they have Just Call. Workspaces, general. Do you remember where I didn't touch Zoho Bookings for 2 years almost? Do you know where is the integration area?
I remember that they have it in a weird place. Let me see.
Yeah, it was here. Yeah, I didn't touch it for a long time. So there's Twilio, SMS Magic. I don't know the rest. What you can do, if you don't want to use that, I assume that when you book with Zoho Bookings, you will have a new meeting created based on that, right?
Right. We currently have them set up through the CRM, like text message reminders.
That's right.
But I think that the cool feature about Zoho Bookings that we liked is that it offers this link to directly reschedule, and then the clients are able to do it themselves. So we were trying to see if our text messages could be sent out from Bookings to, include those rescheduled links.
But usually the rescheduled links are not, sophisticated links. It will be the same link and then something like question mark and some numbers. So you just need, let's say, the booking ID. Okay. And you can build it yourself. Need to reschedule, click here.
Okay.
So just check the format of those buttons, the reschedule and cancel. And that's it.
So you're saying see what those links include, and then we can possibly build those links out within our CRM webhooks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So bookings, let's say cancel, link, cancel, link. Yeah, just check it out. It should be relatively simple. It's not a sophisticated system as well, bookings, so I don't expect they did something crazier. You will have the booking ID or something like that. Anyway, you will have it in your meeting.
In the CRM, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
I think that's all of my questions for now. I'll let somebody else take the floor.
No problem. If anybody have a question, shoot. I'm just playing here and trying something.
I shot a question to you in the questions box. I got a notification. I was working in campaigns. I work with Adam Velasco.
Oh, yes.
I don't know whether he's on or not, but I noticed that in the questions, I just copied and pasted it in there. He created a segment in in CRM,
Yes.
and I'm using that segment to send out a campaign. And
Okay.
unfortunately, like I say, this popped up, and this is the first time I've ever seen it, where it says the number of contacts from the selected segments are 831. We have ignored 5 contacts due to the non-marketing type. I'm assuming that those are the people that on the last campaign, they unsubscribed.
No, it's something else. So in the same message, do you have also a link that's saying, click here if you want to include those people in the campaign?
Yes, something to that effect.
So if you click, they will be added to the segment. It's not a segment, it's a topic. So Zoho introduced not too long ago something new that says topics.
Yep.
So basically every campaign that you're sending supposed to be related to a topic. So eventually your the target clients that are getting those emails are able to remove or add themselves from specific topics. Maybe, for example, in my business, some people will like to know to be subscribed to updates, but they don't want to be subscribed to marketing emails. So they can remove different topics. So in your case, if it's asking you that you're sending the email, but if the 5 people are not part of the topic, just click on add them to the topic, and then they will be added and they will receive the email.
Yeah, it says exclude contacts, or I can map contacts not associated to any topic to the marketing topic.
So instead of exclude, just click on send also to those 5 people, and they will be added.
Okay, so if I map, well, I've only got 2 choices. I can click on exclude contacts or map contacts not associated to any topics in the marketing topic.
If you click on map contacts, what it's doing?
Okay. So if I just click that button, those folks are included.
Yep. So now everybody will get the email. Also those 5 people.
Okay. So how do I associate? It also says 49 selected contacts are not associated to any topic. How do I get to see which ones those are?
Do you have a way to click on them and see it? I'm just not sure if it's doable or not.
No, do you want to associate the contacts to the topic marketing? Yeah, and that's 49 of the selected contacts are not associated to any topic. Now, could that have something to do with the ones that were our vendors?
Oh, I don't know about that. So not sure if those are vendors or not. But usually what it means, so let's say that you're running a campaign now, and from now until the next campaign, you have new people joining your Zoho campaigns, new leads, new vendors, whatever the segment is. And then when you're sending them email, you will get notification for those people that are not part of any topic.
Okay. So my best bet here is just map contacts that are not associated to any topics in marketing topic.
I would do that, and they would be part of it, yes.
Okay. Outstanding, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yep.
So if there are no more questions, I will close the session for today. And thank you, everyone, for joining this session. I will see you next week.
Thank you much, Lior.
Thank you.
Lior.
Thank you, Lior.
Have a beautiful day.
You too. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Like,